Hi, I'm Chef Rachel with Nutricia. Today we're going to be making chocolate donuts. It is a 3-to-1 ratio, and we will be using the KetoCal 3-to-1 powder unflavored. One of the things that is really good about this is you can make it in a mini donut, or you can actually bake it in a donut pan in the oven, or you can actually use it as a muffin mix as well. It's multi-purpose. There's lots of great flavors. We've had great reviews from this recipe. And the best thing, it is a donut. It looks like a donut, and our keto kids feel like they can fit in with all the other kids having donuts on a Saturday morning or with their friends. The ingredients we're going to use again are the KetoCal 3-to-1 powder, coconut flour, cocoa powder, unsweetened cocoa powder, Truvia, and it's the powdered granulated Truvia, eggs that are beaten well, baking powder, oil, as well as a little bit of water. One of the tips for using coconut flour is you have to hydrate it. It has to absorb the moisture, and so you might have to add a little bit more water as you are mixing this. If the batter seems a little dry to you, add just a little bit of water just to make it a moist batter. It's not going to be like a pancake batter. It's going to be a little more on the stiff side. So, but depending on the humidity of your room or where you're making your donuts and the time of day, you might have to add a little bit more water. So we're going to go ahead and start mixing the batter for our donut maker, for our donuts. We're going to use, again, the 3-to-1 KetoCal powder. And I said the coconut flour, which is ground coconut, which has been dried. Cocoa powder, the unsweetened cocoa powder. Baking powder. And a little bit of Truvia. Mix that all together. And you want to just make sure the clumps are out, but once we put the liquid in, the lumps will come together pretty quick. So adding your oil. The water, I'm adding about 20 mils of water. And your eggs. So just mix that all really well till it comes together like batter. It'll be very thick, almost like a cake batter. And it will have a little dark grayish tinge to. That's perfectly fine. It's just all of the ingredients coming together. And then like I said, let the batter sit for 5 minutes. It will dry out a little bit more, but make sure that it's not too dry. As you can see, it's looking pretty dry and looking kind of grainy. We're just going to allow that now to rest for about 5 minutes. So as you can see, the batter has been sitting for 5 minutes. It seems like a little dry, but that's exactly right. It's not going to be a flowing, loose batter by any means. So what you're going to do is just take spoonfuls or spatulafuls and put it in your preheated mini donut maker that I have. This will allow the donuts to cook in about 5 minutes, so you can have treats ready to go. And this makes about 5 donuts, so just divide your donuts into the 5 different cavities. And it doesn't have to be perfectly smooth because they are going to rise with the egg and the baking powder that's in the mixture. The great thing about this recipe, it smells like chocolate cake baking right now. So they're evenly distributed. You can see that they're starting to rise already. Just go ahead and close your donut maker and allow that to cook for about 3 to 5 minutes. You might want to check it after it's about 3 minutes. The donuts should be firm to the touch and not falling at all. So as you can see, the donuts have puffed really nicely. and they are firm to the touch. You want to touch them. You don't want them to sink in at all. And I'm using the little fork that came with the donut maker just to lift them out and put them on my plate. Allow these again to cool because you want the fat to absorb back into the donuts and cool before you serve them to your child. This is actually a recipe that you can serve to the entire family. It's not overly sweet, but they do taste like a cake. So your other family members can actually eat this donut. So here are our finished donuts, all covered with a Truvia. So nice powdered chocolate donuts. Where you can find these are Keto Planner under Chef Rachel's Chocolate Donut 3-to-1. You can search for it in the search button or look for it as an ingredient so you can add it to your child's profile and they can have that with other ingredients to reach their ratio.